Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're continuing work on our Prima Spring Farmhouse collection books. Last time around we did the mats on the first 3 pages in the rectangular book, and today we're going to do the last page and then get going on the square book on the matting. So this is the last page in the book, and on this side we're putting a belly band, and there's already a pocket on this side. So I've got my belly band. I need to cut this 8 inches, and I cut mine 1 3/4. So if you want it fatter or skinnier, just adjust accordingly. And let's grab our scoreboard and just place the long edge across the top of your scoreboard and score each end at 1/2 inch. Just gonna lay it on top and do a little bit of a dry fit. Looks good. And with belly bands, it's not necessary to trim these little corners. Looks good. I'm using art glitter glue. This paper is artisan cardstock from Country Craft Creations in the color Craft, and we are also using the color brown in this book. And the paper, whoa my goodness, the paper is Spring Farmhouse from Prima. It is absolutely gorgeous paper. And I'm just eyeballing this. About in the center. And let me grab a scrap of something just to make sure that those tabs are not glued down. Looks good. Alright, now before I mat that, I think I'll just let that dry for a minute, and I'm just going to flip it over and we'll do this pocket. I've already got the mats selected. If you remember the last time I said I wanted to use this plaid again, or this buffalo check really is what it is. So I'm putting that in there, and that piece needs to be 6 3/4 by at least 3. I'm using a scrap, so whatever width it is, that's what I'm using. And this one is 3 3/4. So that's going to go in there. And then I'm going to double mat the pocket with the brown, which is 6 3/4 by 2 1/2. And then I've got this mat is going on top, and it's 6 1/2 by 2 1/4. And I found when I'm using this buffalo check paper, I particularly need to double mat to pick up the brown. It just looks so much nicer than if I just use this alone. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these inked. I put the pin back in my glue. And I am using Distress Oxide Vintage Photo for my ink for this project. Alright. That's good. Always check my pockets. Now, one thing I want to do before I glue this next mat, or ink it even, is check it against the page that it's facing, because I want to decide if I want to round the corners. They're rounded on this flap, they're not rounded on the backgrounds. So I think I will not round the brown, but I think I will round the pattern paper. So I'm using, I've been using 1/4 inch round for the corners throughout. This is a crocodile. Your best bet for purchasing one of these is using your coupon, those weekly coupons at one of your big box stores to get it. Because they're about, I think they're about $25 if I remember rightly, 24, 29, something like that. But they're usually eligible for that coupon. And you do not need to ink, I'll put these out of the way. You do not need to ink the brown. Okay. And I'm lining this mat up with the mat that I just put down. If the line does not go straight across, it will really jump out and be obvious. Alright, and now we have this piece. Double checking. Put that one low, but that's okay. There we go. That's really pretty. I like that. Okay, now let's go back to our side that has the belly band, and I've already chosen. And I want to just show you. This was the piece that I cut out, and I just wanted to show just a small decision-making process of the kind of thing that can make a difference. I wasn't sure which side of this I was going to use, if I was going to use this side or this side. So I tucked it in, and when I did, I saw that all you would see is the back side of the sheep. So that's how I ended up with this side. So just take a minute to look at those kind of things. It can make a difference. And I am going to round these four corners of this. Okay, so make sure I get it right side up. And then I'm just gonna, you can see I'll lift it up. And then we will glue it down. Okay, I just find it easier to do it this way than to try and maneuver an already glued piece under the belly band, but you can do it however you like. All right, there we go. Yeah, like that. All right, so that's going to go there. And then I chose this piece to go here. And I've decided not to double mat it because I don't want the band itself to pop too much. I'd rather just be able to slide things under it and have those things be the more visible part. And I'm also not rounding it. I explained a little bit about this in my last video. Let me just put my pin back in for a sec. Is because I have the rounded corners here, I just want a smooth straight line across. I don't want to interrupt it by curving this as well. All right. Oh, that's nice. a couple of small places on this book that we haven't matted yet, but I'm going to get back to those towards the end because none of them actually need to be matted. I might want to just leave them for photos or just add brown cardstock for photos. We'll see. And again, I am lining this mat up with the mat that's already there so that we get that nice line across. Here we go. Nice. Okay. All right, so these books, the ones that have the magnets, are sticking to each other. So this is all of the pages for the rectangular book. So I pull that book over. These are our pieces to make our binding. So that's in there. And this triangular piece is going to be for one of the inside covers. And these are the pages. Okay, so that's looking good. And this one we haven't done quite as many things, so we may have to add some things to this one. But we can get started because we've certainly done enough to get started on the matting. Just putting the pin in my glue. All right, so this is page 1. Let me pull this one out, set this aside. And I have a scrap in here because there's a magnet. So we've got, these are, where's that little scrap so I can, not sure what I did with it. Okay, so we have a pocket here, a pocket here, and then it opens up, and we could add another pocket on the inside. Or we could even add a pocket here if we wanted. That's a thought, huh? Whatever. I just wonder if it would make this too heavy, but I don't think it would. Or I don't really want to put a pocket here because there's a pocket here already. And I've already got a flap. Kind of like the idea of a pocket here, and I have this piece right here that's already about the right size, so I'm going to go ahead and go for it. All right, let me just double check my measurements. So, is it 5.5? It is 5.5, just a hair shy, but that's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to score this. One long side, both short sides. Abundance of pockets on that flap. There we go. And I'm just cutting the corner out up to, but not past those score marks. And then I'm doing the same up here at the top. If you notice, I try to be pretty vigilant about putting the cover on my scissors. It's good for the scissors, and it's also good for you. Those are sharp scissors. And should they be knocked off the table, or just you swipe your hand across against that open blade, that tip, you could injure yourself. I actually dropped a similar pair of scissors on my leg once, and I have the scar to this day. Go. and do a little test fit. Yep, that's good. And we're just going to put it right here, closer to the outer edge than the inner, so the flap flaps. There we go. Don't worry about that magnet. We're going to be covering that up, so no big deal. Nice. Okay, so now we have even one more pocket. Now, this right here, when you open the book, this is going to be highly visible. So let's see what we have. I'm wondering if this beautiful cow might not be a good idea or something else. Let's see. Yeah, I know it because this is going to be a book that has a lot more stuff. Oops. I'm pulling out some of my ephemera and things because one of those might be something we'd like to use. I think I have two of the same one. So how big do I need? Let's see how big we need. 5 by, the space is 5 by just under 4.5, 4 3/8. So if I use this, I'm going to have to use the Country Gentleman part, which I'm not sure. I have nothing against gentlemen, it's just we're a house full of ladies. I've got myself and my elderly mom and my kitties, so not sure that suits us at all. I do like that cow though. I definitely want to use her somewhere. Like that. It's not very bold though. Same with this little it's a nice sentiment though for just inside the book. Let's pull that one out. You know what, I think I measured the wrong one. I measured up to there. So I need a piece 3.5 by 4 1/8. These are narrow, but that's okay because I can double mat them. So actually, I might be able to use her because I only need to go up 3.5. Right, 3.5. 3.5. Cut off her ears a little bit, but she would fit. Of course, if I hadn't put the pocket there, but I did, so maybe we should save her for, back here somewhere. Okay, let's just not use that. Let's look at our papers and see what we've got. As you can see, we are already off and running with my dithering over mats. This is nice. You get the flowers, you get this sentiment here. I think it's going to be this. I like this. Okay, so what did I say I needed? 3.5 by 4 1/8. Yeah, that looks nice. Now, do we want to double mat that? We do. We're going to need to cut it down a little bit. Yes, we do. that there. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Just a little more. Okay, that looks good. So the smaller one is 1 7/8 by 3 1/4. And we're going to round the corners. That looks nice, I like that. Right, so that's going there. So we need a piece to go here, which is actually going to be this whole thing. And then we need a piece for the, to line this pocket and this pocket. So smaller pieces. I think I'll choose this first and then we'll see what we have for that. So this, we want something nice and large. And I had this piece, if you recall. So I'm thinking this. Okay, so this, in a new book now, so we gotta make sure we get the right measurement. Should be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And it is, because these are 6 by 6 pages. So I'll put that there. Single mat, we're not gonna double mat that. I feel like that's just, is it too big? No, it's all right. And that's going there. So this is all we're gonna see for that. This is gonna go here. All right, so then, let's see. And what I have is this. I looked at the front of this, but I never looked at the back. Yes, that's it. Okay, so we're going to use this for the middle, this for the top, and of course that we've already picked. So both of these pieces need to be 4 1/8, and then the height (2 inches) will be fine. So 4 1/8 by 2 inches. And that piece will go there. Okay, let's get all these down and then we'll pick what we want for the inside. Just be careful when you're putting down a paper on top of a magnet. Don't burnish too heavily around that magnet. You don't want to bruise the paper and have it obvious where the magnet is. Oh, that's super pretty. I am very happy with that. Okay, now let's choose this pocket and this lining. Let's see what we have. I have these. There's one that's horizontal. Is that too yellow, do you think? Sometimes I wish you guys could answer me. Maybe we'll do one of these live. I mean, you can. Is that too much with that, do you think? I could cut it down so you just saw the flowers and the everyday beauty. I like that. Yep, I do like that. We have this side of this. We also have, if we use that, you could see the wander and the wood, and then that, yes, that's definitely going to be it. Okay. Sometimes the answer, just, you can, as soon as you see it, you know that's what you want. All right, so I need for this piece 4 1/4. Is that going to fit in the pocket? 4 1/4, yeah. So 4 1/4 by about 4, 4 1/2. All right, so let's do that first. Yeah, that's nice. Get the wander, we got all that, the fields. All right, so then this we need to cut to 4 1/2 inches wide. What did I say, 4 1/4 inches wide? All right, just double check before I cut it wrong. Yeah, 4 1/4. Height is 2 3/4. Yes, and I'm not going to double mat this because I want this to sort of softly flow up the page. Now, I don't know if you watched my last series or not, or any of my other series, but I'm deciding. Okay, we're gonna round. We definitely have to round that corner. And since this is rounded, I'm just wondering if we should just. All right, what I'm gonna do on this before I say what I was about to say, I'm gonna round the 2 bottom on here, but not the top, and I'm gonna round the 2 top here. That way it looks the same as this, with this rounded and this rounded. Anyway, what I was going to say is, in a lot of my albums, because I do dither and it takes me time to pick out mats and it makes the videos really long, I've picked out a lot of my mats off screen and even applied a lot of them off screen and then just done sort of a walkthrough, like, here's what I picked. But with the last album, I thought, well, let me show some of that process, and that's of course what I'm doing here as well. And let me know in the comments down below if you like that, or if you'd rather I just made the videos shorter and just showed you what I picked after I picked it. Like if you don't really care about the process behind the picking, or if you want to see more of that, then just let me know, because I don't really know if, for me, I feel like making you guys watch me go through some of this process might be boring, and like I said, make the videos long, and you might prefer them shorter. So if you wouldn't mind, just let me know what you think. Because I can do it either way. I record pretty much the whole process. I just edit out the parts, usually. Or sometimes if I'm picking mats, I don't bother recording. But usually I have the footage. I just don't always show it to you. Have like the director's cut, right? Like the 5-hour long Lord of the Rings or whatever. really pretty. I like that. I don't want too much glue at the bottom, and I just had my glue bottle spit a big glob at the bottom of this one, so I may spread it out before I put it in. Because you don't want to glue your pocket shut, as I've repeatedly told you. Let's slide this one in over the magnet. Boy, that's stuck down in a hurry. There we go. Okay, there we go. Nice. That is very nice. I like that. I mean, I keep saying that, but these papers, once they go down, are just so, so pretty. Let's see. And once again, we're doing our pocket check. Everything seems fine. Okay. Here we go. First page in the square book, or at least the front of the first page. Let's see now what's on the back. Oh, this one has the envelope pocket. So again, we have a lining, we have the front end, possibly the back. I don't think I did the back on the other one yet, and then the front of the pocket. That would definitely work. Okay, so let's see, how high do I need this to be? If I'm going to double mat it, I only need it 2 inches high, give or take. Let's cut the mat first. So that's going to be 2 1/4 by, should be 5 3/4. Nope, it's narrower. 5 1/2. 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. Too fat. Yeah, 2 1/4. Cut it 2 3/4. Okay. So then this piece. So that's 2 1/4. So this piece just needs to be 2. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice. And I think I'm not going to round it. I'm just going to do it as is. Let's just get this piece down. I should trim this, but I don't need to. I'll show you what I meant. I meant for that little finger hole to help you get whatever's in the pocket out. But I'm going to put these together first and then cut that. Let this dry for a minute because I need to cut this little half circle out, and I don't want to use my punch on it while the glue is wet. So I'll be right back. We're just going to give this about 15 minutes and then I'll be right back. Okay, so while we were waiting for that to dry, I did a couple of things. Happily, I remembered to add my ribbons. So I just attached a ribbon here with some score tape going up, and then one here going down. And this is going to be the mat for inside the pocket. And then this is one of those upper edge pieces. And I double matted that to go here. So let me give you the measurement. And I rounded these corners. So the brown mat is 1 3/4 by 5 1/2, and the inner mat is 1 1/2 by about 5 and just shy of 5 3/8. I just used a piece I had, so that's why it's a kind of an off measurement. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. No, actually I'm going to do the pocket first. No, yeah, let's do the pocket first. Oh, and the pocket piece is 5 3/4 by 4 1/2, and actually I cut it a little narrow, I think. Yeah, it's about 5 5/8, just because it has to fit in this pocket, so I cut it a little bit narrower. So let's get this in. I'm just going to do this. I just checked it, the length of the video, and it's pretty long, so I'm going to we'll just do this, and then next time we'll continue with matting this large album. And there's only the 3 pages to do, but there's a lot on the 3 pages, so it's going to take us a little bit to get that done. All right. There's that one, and then we'll do this one. I still have to do the inner part of this page. This one, we need to cut the that notch out. So let me show you. All right, so I'm laying the mat down where I'm planning on putting it, and then I'm just taking my pencil and making a little mark that shows right where that this cutout notch is going to hit the mat, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. I don't know, can you see that? I don't know. Anyway, all right, so then I'm going to turn this over, and I always do this. Okay, and now I'm going to pull this towards me so I can see it for a second. And I've opened the back so that I can, I'm going to slide it where you can see it. I've opened the back so that I can really see this, the marks that I made. Like right about there. It's a couple of layers thick, so hopefully, yeah, that's good. All right, and so now I need to glue that down, and I'm just gonna grab this piece so that I can really see what I'm doing when I'm putting this down, because it's not all that visible now, but when I put a lining or put something in that pocket, it will be if I'm off. Sure that's perfectly centered, but it's okay. I'm fine with it. All right. So then I'll tie this one. exposed a little bigger than I really need it to be. Cute. Should tuck it a little tighter, but it's okay. I am only gonna, this is still too long, but for now I'm gonna leave it. All right, so we have, this is the front, right? And then we still have to do something here. We have our pocket here, we have our pocket here, and we have this flap here. So we still have quite a bit to do with just this one page, but I'm really pleased with how it's coming out so far. And then of course we have this already done. So, all right, we are, I think, at a good stopping point. Get rid of this, and I'll put the pin back in my glue. There we go. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much. Please like this video if you've enjoyed it. And again, let me know in the comments down below if you like seeing me choosing all the mats, or if you'd rather, you know, I pick them out off camera and just go through it a little faster. Because I can do it either way, so whatever you guys prefer will do. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. We'll continue on with matting the square book. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.